Hello everybody. Today I'm going to talk about a very difficult subject, and this isn't a jokey one or a funny one, to be honest. I'm going to talk about my personal grief, personal sorrow over our daughter Raven. And at this time of year, I mean, it's May the 7th, it's my birthday today, and I woke up feeling just so low, and I get like this, and so does Vanessa this time of year. It builds up and builds up, because birthdays for us are very, very difficult for the kids, especially for Raven now. She's 17 tomorrow, and she's locked down, we can't see her, and it's awful, it's fucking awful for us. Last year, on us buying presents for his 16th birthday, you know, we were in the aisle in the range, and Vanessa just broke down crying because we were buying toys for her that we bought her when she was a kid. You know, they weren't age appropriate. So birthdays for us have a different meaning, and the pain and the heartbreak and the sorrow that I feel and Vanessa feels over these last years when Raven's been in care. On that day in June 2015, that was awful, absolutely awful for me and for Vanessa and for the family. And I changed that day. I was broken, and I acknowledge now I'm still a broken person. And I'm not saying my pain, my heartache is different or worse than anybody else, because I know there's people out there who are suffering. I know personally similar situations through loss. They've lost somebody, and we're all going through that journey, and it's awful at times. It's fucking awful for me. It's like Vanessa's put it eloquently, it's like living life with a hole in it, and that's exactly what it is. And I try and distract. I do fucking anything to distract myself from the pain I'm feeling. I'll fucking do the dishes, I'll go and mess about in the garden, I'll do some DIY, anything, but not think about what's really at the crux of the matter, and my depression, my guilt and sorrow over Raven. It's so difficult even to talk about it. I've been to counselling over the years. A lot of it's a fucking waste of time. One of them, like talking to a fucking mannequin, you get nothing back. But before the lockdown, I was getting some help from a very eminent psychotherapist in the Oral Park community. A wonderful woman, very knowledgeable, who knows our family in detail and has helped us over the years. She has some amazing insights into what has happened to us over the years with the court battle, Raven going into care, everything. She has some wonderful insights, and I was getting some help from her, some psychotherapy, and she was talking about that she believes that people like Raven with a disability, somewhere out there, they have a pure form where that disability, that shroud of disability, is just melted away, and they're in their purest form. And I thought that was absolutely lovely, because when I go to bed at night, I talk to Raven in that incarnation, in that place where she's normal, and she's as she was meant to be, perfect. And she's perfect, but she's got this shroud of autism over her, which prevents her from communicating and all the rest of it. And I do that when I go to bed at night, and I feel good about that. Sometimes I wake up in the morning, and for the briefest of moments, very brief, sometimes I've forgotten she's not with us, she's not here. And then it comes fucking hurtling back, smashing me in the face. And I have to try and make some sort of sense of all this. what's happening around me? What do I do? I broke down yesterday. I went to see Vanessa, you know, and she understood. She's feels exactly like I feel, and sometimes in different ways. And I have to make a decision here. What do I do? And it took me back to a film I watched a few years ago, and I recommend you watch this film. It's called Collateral Beauty. It's about a guy who loses his daughter to cancer, and he just goes off the rails. He's grief-stricken, can't even talk about it. And I identified with this character. And when I saw the film, it was powerful. And I went into Raven's room and I just sobbed. And what it's about is trying to find that beauty in the slipstream of the devastation of what's happened. And that's what I need to try and do, is find the collateral grace in my circumstances and my family's circumstances, and try and find some happiness somewhere and live alongside the pain and the sorrow. Because that, I know, I acknowledge, I understand my pain, my sorrow, my guilt, my heartache. It's not going to go away. If it isn't going to go away after 5 years, it ain't going to go away. Time does not fucking heal. For me, it doesn't. It just makes things fucking worse. And I spoke to Vanessa yesterday, and basically there's got two options here. Two fucking options. One, I take my own life, and then I'm free of pain. I'm free of pain. I can wait in that place to see the kids again. Or I can live for my kids. What would Niven do without me? What would Finn do? Vanessa, they rely on me as the dad. And I woke up this morning and there was a lovely Facebook message from Vanessa, because she felt me pain yesterday. I felt hers too. That uplifted me. And then when obviously the kids got up, the house got up, I got a card of Vanessa and Finn. You can tell it's from Vanessa because it's got a pair of tits drawn on it. And the words were just so lovely, heartfelt, beautiful, uplifting, and made me realise that I need to be around for my kids. Taking my own life would be a selfish thing. It would be a very brave thing to do. And I've thought about it. I'm not going to deny it. I've thought about it many times. I've been on the cusp of it a couple of times at least. And some of my friends know that already. But I didn't have the courage to do it. And it's cards like this and words like this that give me that collateral beauty and grace, because trying to find that love in my life that's there, that will help me through dealing with what I'm going through. And that's probably what it's about, is the old saying, love is all you need. And this video has not just been about my grief and my sorrow, because I have to remember sometimes that our Finn is the only normal kid we've got, and doesn't get a mention enough. His whole life has been blighted by autism, and he's lost a lot of his childhood to deal with the madness of what we had to deal with. So I have to remember that. And even Niven was suffering when things were really bad. When Raven was at home, it was an awful situation. So it's not just about me. You know, I've got a family, Vanessa, the two kids. It was an awful situation at the time, And I have to remember that there's other people involved in my life, and they're called my family. And it's that love that is in my life. Love of the kids, love of Vanessa, and the reciprocal love I have for them, and love for our Raven. That will hopefully just get me through this. Because I think it's something that Deepak Chopra said. We were watching something about grief and loss, about a woman who lost her son to suicide. I said, for that, so much grief that has to, you've got that grief because you love someone so much. It kind of makes a bit of sense. It's love that will get us through. And I've got so much around me, and really sometimes I get maybe far too insular into myself, and I don't realise that there's other people suffering out there. But it's good to know that there are people out there, and not good to know, that doesn't sound right, but there's people out there struggling and suffering like me. We're all in this together, in this community, and our mental health is very important. And I hope you've liked, well, not liked, but I hope you've listened. It's a long one, but I hope I've explained something of how I feel right now, and maybe some of you can relate to that. Okay, thanks folks.